Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school.
Right, welcome everybody to the third episode of Wine Pigs in Affinity Wine's new HQ.
The mothership.
The mothership.
Of wine.
Absolutely, yeah. So new and improved, so slightly different to the last two ones that we've done. But the main thing that we're doing is tasting wines, right? So that's the key thing. So
that's never going to change.
That's never going to change.
Don't worry about
that. So we've got a couple of beautiful wines to try and give you our opinion on. So if you want to talk us through them.
We've got a Sancerre.
I've got a Sancerre from France, yeah, which is obviously a Sauvignon Blanc.
Which is a 2016, is it? That one?
Yeah.
And then we've also got a Sauvignon Blanc, a Marlborough from New Zealand. It's a 2016 as well, and that is a Kim Crawford number.
Which...
Not to be confused with Cindy Crawford.
But I believe it's also going to be quite an interesting wine. So hopefully we'll enjoy that. But yeah, I guess we're going to give you our opinion on it. Hopefully we'll like them. We'll let you know what we think.
I'm more of a red kind of guy, so if these win me over, you know they're good.
Absolutely, and that's an interesting one for you. So maybe it doesn't lend so well to a Sauvignon Blanc. Maybe it doesn't lend so well to a red drinker, but we'll try and see what we think. And the main thing is we're probably going to get pissed. So that's the important thing.
That is the important thing.
Yeah, cool.
What are we waiting for? Let's go on it.
Should we get drinking?
Yeah, let's do it.
What should we go for first?
Let's do the Marlborough, shall we?
Okay, I like that. So we'll drink the Marlborough first, and then I'll have to try and open that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like drinks will probably be better.
Screw top first. So screw tops versus corks. Have a chat about that. What do you think?
Screw tops easier. You get in the wine quicker.
You can do, yeah.
I think a lot of people go screw top now, especially the lower end producers. It's just, well, apart from being easier, I would imagine, to produce and maintain, you don't have that risk of the cork spoiling the wine.
Absolutely, and I think
it makes sense, really.
You obviously see it a lot massively with the whites, and I think it gives that freshness as well, doesn't it? So a lot of people are going towards it. I guess it's the traditionalists of the wine, aren't they? You know?
Yeah, I do like popping a cork.
Yeah, that was an awful attempt at making the popping noise. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like popping cork. I'm not. I get the romance with the cork. I really do. I like the romance. I get that. It's tradition and it's nice, and I really think it does something for a wine. I mean, you could have a cheap ass wine that opens with a cork, or one that opens with a screw top, slightly more expensive, and probably you will get in your head I do anyway, that the one with the cork is more expensive.
Okay. And I guess you
didn't know the price point, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get where you come from. And also with it being, with this obviously being French, it's, I don't know the specifically this domain, but I guess it's probably could have been around for a while. And the French is a more classic wine provider. You've got the new boys in town, the Marlboroughs, which go for screw tops. So it kind of makes a bit of sense.
Yeah, they love a bit of tradition as well in France, don't they?
Exactly.
I like it, and I think that's why people like France as well. You get that culture and everything that goes with it, and they bring that into the wine. They've got that rich history, and they keep going out. I think it's. I don't know. There's nothing against a screw top. It does the job. It's easy, but I'm romantic, I suppose.
Okay, well, I like a screw top. So, let's give it a go.
Let's do it.
Cheers.
First one
in the
A-Shack.
Yeah, okay. Very fruity, eh?
It is.
Very fruity.
Just like you. Let's get in there first.
It's probably going to get fruity, isn't it? For 2 bottles in, probably will get quite fruity.
Or it'll be Heartburn Central. We'll get the Gav's gone out.
Okay.
It's definitely not red. Go that far. I find that really sweet.
Very sweet. Well,
yes.
I mean, it's not a sweet wine, but it's definitely light.
Yeah.
It's very light, isn't it?
Yeah, I find it quite sweet though.
Saying that, what we're drinking here, I'm going to go with now. That's going to be lighter. The Sancerre.
Okay.
I might be wrong, and I was wrong once, But
When was that? 1996.
1996, yeah, when I said England when I win the Euros. So yeah, but I like this.
Don't mind it. I'm just a bitter person and I like bitter drinks, I suppose.
So that's I mean, there's many people out there that are massive Sauvignon Blanc drinkers. That it can be a wine that really brings you to wine. You know, it might be someone's first wine they've ever tried, and I think for me it's a very drinkable wine.
It's easy to drink, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little sweet for my taste.
Okay.
But like I say, I generally stay away from wine. So that's probably why, because white is sweet, a bit sweeter than red anyway.
So what flavours you get? I mean, definitely, it's very peachy. Quite peachy.
Yeah, I get that.
There's no floral notes there, really, is there?
No,
Maybe a grassy kind of taste to it.
I don't know, I'm just getting a lot of fruit at the minute.
Yeah.
My palate is struggling to cope with all that fruit and sweetness at the minute. I think I'll adjust with a bit of time, having a bit more of it. And I think I'll settle down a bit and get used to it, and I'll have a better judgment, I think.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I say it's peachy, but in the same vein, at the end of that taste, you know, towards the end, once you drank it, that's almost aftertaste. A bit limey as well. Bit of lime.
I'll tell you in a second. I'll have another blast. Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, so that
That's like sharpness.
little sharp at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a problem with the setting there. Is that wall a little too close?
No, just
just testing it.
letting it have it. Yeah.
Make sure it's alright.
I bet this bad boy. Just make sure it doesn't fall down. I mean, there's a real possibility of mine. So.
There's definitely that slight sharpness at the end of the.
Yeah, there is that. It doesn't last for long though.
No.
It just passes in a moment. But yes, it's easy to drink. What would you drink this with then?
This is the kind of wine that you could drink this with nothing. You don't need to be eating something to drink this wine. I think it's really nice. I'm going to go off the bat and say I like this wine. But you know.
I do like it.
Yeah.
I do. I can't say it on. And I'm a red guy, but I'm a little bit critical of whites in general.
Okay.
Just because I don't know. I guess I'm kind of against white grapes. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Who knows? I like that. It is easy to drink. It's nice. It's refreshing.
It's very refreshing.
It's probably, you know, it's probably a perfect drink to have really with a big meal.
Yeah.
I know you say you don't need to eat anything with it, but if you're having a big meal, it's so light and refreshing. I mean, you could just swing it through the whole 8-course meal that you're swinging down.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
You know what I mean? It's.
I couldn't
it
imagine.
almost cleanses your palate as well. It's that fresh, you know.
I couldn't imagine drinking it with red meats. I mean, that's an obvious statement to make for anybody that's what's going on. That's quite obvious, but really wouldn't do. And I guess.
See, I'm a rule breaker. I'm a rule breaker. I'd give it a go. Yeah, at the minute I would.
Quick, pop in, make a steak, stick it down. I like mine rare, by the way.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
Kebab meat is the same, right?
It's no different. It's no different.
Let's put an order in.
It's the kind of thing, do you know what? If I was having a salad, I'd have that one.
So you've never had that wine?
No, it's I had a salad, you know.
Was it in
2012,
Big Mac.
I think it was.
Did they forget to take over the Big Mac?
Yeah, I complained like nobody's business. It was horrific. I had a salad once, and if I was going back in time, I'd drink it for that.
I do really like it. I'm sorry to say.
Sorry to say.
Yeah,
really?
I'd like to just slag it off and say, no, let's get rid of these and go back on the red.
Okay, yeah.
But I do really like it. It's really nice. I do think there could be a hint of heartburn later on.
Oh, so the white wine does that to you?
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
that's probably why I don't like it so much.
Yeah. Okay.
It does do that a touch.
I do like.
Not
that.
all of them, but certain wines, and I just got a feeling for this one. I'm being very negative on it towards the
You are a
end.
little bit.
I'm sorry. I've started from a negative place.
You are a little bit, and I'm a big fan of this. I like it for a Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc. It's a touch different to for those out there that have tried a Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc. Probably anyone that's ever drank mine. It's a little different to what you'd normally get. It's it's maybe not quite. So you're always going to have that gooseberry, that kind of very fruity flavour. That's got a little bit more to it, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, even on the label, I mean, they're saying it's intense tropical fruit, which we're definitely getting that.
Oh yeah.
And notes of fresh cut grass, which you were alluded to earlier on.
Yeah, because I mean it's not herby, but it's definitely starting.
Yeah, I mean, so they say passion fruit, citrus, stone fruit.
I nailed that with a lime and peach. Then I didn't read that before. Just to be clear, right? Okay.
No, you did well. You didn't, not unless you did it on the slide.
Yeah.
Delicious with fresh seafood, ghost cheese, or on its own.
Goat cheese or seafood?
Ghost cheese salad, it says.
Okay, well that wasn't the salad that I had, but
No, but I mean, it's so refreshing and light. I just think it's one of them drinks you could go with almost anything.
yeah.
I mean, I know all the traditionalists and the people with this goes with that, this goes with this, and don't get me wrong, there are certain wines that just don't go with certain foods, but I think this is so fresh, and I mean, it can go with anything. It's like you can have a dessert after any meal, right?
Yeah.
Because it's sweet and fruity or whatever. It's just cleansing and fresh and light. You get that with this wine, so I don't see why you couldn't have it with anything, or at least after anything. You have a big steak and have it afterwards if you didn't want it with your steak.
Okay.
And I think it'd be nice and light and refreshing afterwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
I think it's just really versatile.
I think if you're eating something like something slightly spicy, something like that, you get lost in it. You would taste the wine.
Okay, yeah.
That's the only thing,
Yeah.
But I totally get what you're saying. I think it's a very drinkable wine, so it's something that you could have with everything.
I'd recommend that to almost anyone.
Yeah.
I think.
It's nice.
And I tell you what, who that would be really good for is any introduction to wine. Someone starting on wine.
It would be,
wouldn't it? Really.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know a lot of people start Sauvignon Blanc and stuff like that, but I mean, this one in particular is a really good starter, I think, for people because it's so easy to drink.
Yeah, I mean,
It's so light, and if you don't know your wine, then this is the place to come. This one.
well, and one thing you said there, I think you were a bit off there, was the tropical flavours. And I mentioned the lime and the peach. I think if you drank a fruity cocktail, and you like them, you could drink that.
Yeah.
If you've never drank wine but you've liked cocktails, fruity cocktails, you try that, you'd like it because it is very fruity.
Yeah, and I think that's where people go wrong. People go, I don't like wine, because they try one that's not to their taste, and they instantly don't like it. But I mean, let's think about it. When we're 18, none of us like lager, do we?
No.
No, but not the taste. I mean, we drink it for it gets us to our goal.
Yeah.
But nobody goes, oh yeah, I really enjoy it. Now we do, because it's an acquired taste, and over time you develop that taste.
I guess the lager that I drank then I still don't like now though. That's probably the other thing. Special brew's not the nicest of lagers.
Oh well, you started at the scale of new, but yeah. But yeah, and that's what I think. And I think this one is the Smirnoff Ice.
Whoa.
Of the wine world,
Whoa.
as in, because it's sweet alcohol. So when I was 18, starting to drink,
Okay.
a lot of the time I would go Smirnoff Ice rather than lager. And I'll go pops.
Yeah.
Because they're sweet, easy to drink, and they're alcoholic. Now, this, I think, is a world above Smirnoff Ice. Don't get me wrong. So let's just make that clear. Yeah, exactly. It's a world above Smirnoff Ice, but it's that same principle behind it, that this is a gateway into a bigger world.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, because the one thing, you can get a lot of bottle of Smirnoff Ices for the price of that one bottle of wine. So,
Yeah, and I wouldn't drink Smirnoff Ice now.
Yeah.
Whereas I would drink that whenever.
Yeah.
I would drink that in the future.
Yeah, I like that. That is a lovely wine.
So that is Kim Crawford, Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc 2016. Chalk it up as a win. That is the one. Go and get it now.
That's good, and that's, for me, apparently very drinkable. Because it's just gone.
Yeah, but that's, I mean,
Anything.
every episode will show that is the case. So, doesn't really prove anything that.
No, you're probably right there.
But the fact that I'm not too far behind may prove something.
That is quite true, because normally you're lagging. Right, shall we...
I do enjoy that.
I'll spend 10 minutes opening this whilst you finish that wine. And then we can...
Right, so we've worked our way through this first one now, the Kim Crawford Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc 2016. Let's give our verdict. Let's score it out of 10, shall we? Should we do that? Should we give them scores out of 10?
I like that. My only concern is, I haven't tasted this yet. So we're going to set a benchmark with this one and then say where this one sits against that.
Well, I mean, we've drunk wine before, so let's just compare it to past experiences, I suppose, and then maybe isolated incidents. I mean, they are same grape but different regions, so they are slightly... Or we
different
can,
hemispheres even.
Yeah, or
regions.
Yeah, sorry. Or we can just compare the two.
Yeah, I mean, let's give it a score out of 10, because I quite like that, and it gives them a better idea of where we're thinking rather than just comparing. I really like it. I think it's a lovely wine. I think it's very drinkable. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
Well, you just stole the words right out of my mouth. I was going to go with an 8 as well. I think it's real good wine, especially for a white. That's probably the highest score I'd ever give a white. But yeah, it's a lovely drop, easy to drink. I would recommend it to, like I said before, a starter wine drinker to somebody who's been drinking wine all their life. I mean, I think there's value to be had in it. I don't think.
Yeah, I agree.
Sauvignon Blanc generally isn't overly expensive, so I think bang for buck you're probably going to get good value for money. You know, and I think, and you'll enjoy it. I can't imagine many people not enjoying this one.
Was it a Tempranillo?
Could have
One of
been.
the Riocas?
Could have been.
Yeah, I think it might be one of those.
It was definitely one of them, and it did impact the flavour.
If you care, go and look back on episode 2 or episode 1. I think it was episode 2. You've not got much to choose from.
Go back through the back catalogue. It could take you years to find it. Could take you years. I'd probably just give up now.
Yeah. So anyway, right, let's try this wine. So for one thing, smell that. I think that's quite beautiful. I think it's lovely.
It's similar in certain respects. It's a lot milder, not as fruity smelling, not as strong with the fruit.
So I think I mean, if you look at the colour, I think that's probably a little bit lighter, isn't it?
It's difficult to tell with them glasses that we're getting.
No, that's true.
These are
tinted
tinted glasses,
glass.
which doesn't really help. Probably not the best ones for wine tasting, I suppose. But yeah, I see what you see. At first glance, it definitely looks a lot paler. Definitely doesn't smell as fruity.
No. And it's really not. You'll taste that, and it's a very different wine.
Yeah, it is.
So
It's a lot drier, I think.
It is a bit drier.
Yeah.
That's the interesting thing about wine. So it's the same grapes, obviously produced massively apart. So this is produced in New Zealand, this one in France. But you know, the big difference is, I guess, it's going to be the climate, the terroir, as they call it in the wine model in France. But yeah, that is for me. It's a very much subdued version of a Sauvignon Blanc. So those people out there that have tried a Sancerre, they will know that for a Sauvignon Blanc, it is a sort of more mineral flavour to it.
Yeah,
it's
it's
less
a bit more low
in your
key, I
face.
would say, yeah.
Less in your face. There's less to it there, and I think that's kind of that's what Sancerre produces. That's what you get from there. So that's their thing. I think it's quite a nice wine.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I really like it.
You do really like it?
Yeah. Yeah, I really like it. It's probably easier to drink than that one. I'm not going to say how easy that is to drink. For me, personally, but I like wine. I wouldn't say necessarily for a newcomer, maybe. But for me, it's not as in your face with the fruit. It's not like... Because I found that, like, really fruity. And I think...
That's it.
I think, who knows, after a couple of glasses of that, you might be like I did say, possible heartburn issues with it because it's sort of, I don't know, sweet and acidic maybe. But this is quite acidic, but it's not giving me the same feeling that it's not setting the heartburn alarms off, if you know what I mean.
Okay, yeah, I see.
Find it a lot milder. I don't know, just slightly easier, but I think I just got my finger on it.
I think it's a lovely wine. I think you're absolutely right. It's a subdued version, and that's what you get with Sancerre. That's what you get. But I think one thing we said about this first one, this one is very fruity. So it would lead itself into people that like fruity drinks, right? So you're new to wine and you like cocktails, fruity cocktails. You drink that, you're going to like it. That's not going to be the case with this. But this is a very drinkable wine.
More of a wine. As in,
you've only had that's your second glass.
What?
It's more of a wine.
Yeah, but
I think these are equally wine. I think if we're going to say this is a wine, then this is a wine as well.
Yeah. But no, you'll be the pretending asshole.
Yeah.
But I think this one is more classically wine tasting rather than really fruity, if you know what I mean. But it's not harsh. It's still light, enjoyable.
And what's the surprise with that? You know, you've got the French Sancerre, which is known for its subdued notes, but it's French, right? This is relatively young, obviously, compared to France. And I guess New Kids on the Block do something a bit different, don't they?
Well, yeah, and I like what they've done, don't get me wrong. I think they've done a great job. And I mean, that was really nice, really fruity, like I say, great intro, great refresher and stuff like that. And I could drink probably a few glasses, but I'd probably suffer with a bit of heartburn from it. This one, not so much. I mean, that one, the acidity seemed to linger for me with that one. With this one, you get a punch of acidity, and then just after the swallow, but then it's gone. It doesn't last, that acidity doesn't last too long.
Yeah.
You just get a sharp punch with it, then it's gone. Which
very subdued.
Which I can live with that. I'm happy with that. I could drink that comfortably, and then know I won't have to get a Gaviscon out.
Okay. I think I get where you're coming from. If you suffer from heartburn, like poor Aaron over here.
Gaviscon score 10 out of 10.
It's essentially like drinking milk, right? It's almost the same thing.
Apart from it's not squeezed from an animal's udders.
No, that's true.
Which is kind of gross.
Interesting to discuss.
Breast milk.
How many people out there realise that not many wines, not to say not many, but the smaller percentage of wines are vegetarian? It's interesting to think about. Why are you drinking meaty wine?
It's the sulfites in it that's the problem. I have actually had some vegan wine recently from a little place called Aldi. I can't remember the name it was called, and it was actually a red wine.
Right.
And it was actually quite nice, but it needed to breathe it the first time. I opened it, poured it, drank it. Oh.
Okay, well, that's interesting. So
but
we should get on the show.
Gave it a few days, and it was lovely.
We'll go on the show.
We will do that. The wife picked it up. I can't even remember what it was. I meant to keep the bottle, but she throws them out. She's relentless.
She's tidy.
Yeah, she like cleans things up and puts things in the bin and washes clothes and.
No, you said it so hard.
Hoovers and
that
things.
Sounds horrible.
It's disgusting. I do know. Like when you're trying to sit down and I don't know, watch something on TV, and then there's this loud boom, and like all the bits of crumbs and stuff that you worked hard to build up are just disappearing. It's like why am I?
Who does she think she is?
Why am I even alive?
Yeah, we all wonder that, Aaron. But you know.
Well, we know why. It was my parents.
Yeah.
They did this.
We blame them, right?
Well, they did.
Yeah.
They did this.
They did you.
They
No.
did this.
No.
They hooked up.
No, he did her. And produced you, unfortunately. Right, so anyway, back to the wine. So what are you getting from it? I'm definitely... I think...
Sad.
Oh, you're going to cry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every night.
Bless you.
Right.
I think for me, it's definitely subdued compared to that wine.
Mm.
Still fruity, but more like a. Do you know when I say like a mineral flavour?
Go on.
Are you getting that? And I probably mean the freshness in it.
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
don't
very
know
fresh.
if I've been overpowered a bit by that, though, is the thing I'm worried about now. Is what's going through my head. Because that was so fruity. Have I been a little bit, is my palate been a bit overwhelmed by that? And is that taking a little bit of the fruit element out of this?
It's like I said at the start, to be fair, this will be a lighter.
You did, but I am worried that may have happened and it may
We
slightly
probably should have
be.
drank that first.
Yeah, and I am worried that it may be slightly taking a bit of the fruitiness off this and we're not getting the full impact of it.
Mm.
And that's why we're getting the flavours that we're getting. I mean, I don't know, but that could be the case, eh?
I mean, I think it's still very much a classic Sauvignon Blanc, so you're still getting the slightly...
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about is maybe it's a bit fruitier than we think it is at this moment in time because we've had that.
Oh, right, so you think
Just
it's
slightly.
too fruity? No.
No, I don't
Not
think this
too
is too
fruity, but
fruity,
you
but
think it's good.
I think it may be slightly more fruity than we're getting at the minute, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, I see.
Just slightly more. I don't think it's going to be massive because you'd still get it otherwise, but I think just that slight bit fruitier than we might be picking up on.
I know what you're saying. It does make a bit of sense, and it's definitely it's definitely fruity. I'd say it's sort of the gooseberry, the classic Sauvignon Blanc sort of flavour. And then we talked about the sort of grassy kind of flavour in that, and that's definitely in this, which is probably where I'm coming from with that sort of mineral.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna put my hat in the ring and say it's a lovely wine. It's really nice.
Mm.
They both are actually.
Right. Well.
Oh, we were talking about this.
Yeah. We were getting into this. I think we were getting close to maybe scoring it. I think at this stage.
Okay, yeah, we can do. I mean, the good thing is we've still got nearly 2 full bottles of wine, and
which we are going to Stropedo.
are we?
I don't know, are we?
Interesting then. Okay, before we score it, then, which one would you rather Stropedo?
Oh well, this
You would, wouldn't you? Yeah.
just because I'm worried about heartburn for a start.
Right. I think that one just goes down a bit easier.
It does go down easier. Yeah, it's like drinking water.
Yeah.
Does that sound bad? Is that a bad?
Yeah, that is a bad thing. So.
Is it? I just mean it's so
But
easy.
it's where
to
I'm
drink.
coming from with the mineral thing. It's
just so
very
easy
light.
to drink. I mean,
very light.
I mean, it's just so easy to drink. And I think that's why it's like drinking water. Whereas you get some drinks like they're really difficult to drink because they're a bit sickly or sweet, and it's hard to get it down. But water, you can just
drink that quite easily.
slam it in you.
So I said about this one.
Yeah.
I said about this one, right? That I think I called it peachy. There's definitely peach in this.
It's not as strong.
No. None of the fruitiness in that is anywhere near as strong as Kim's. No, she's out there.
She has gone all barrels straight on fruit attack. She's the fruitinator.
If you're gonna say like, here's,
We're doing a spectrum.
I'm doing
now.
a scale.
Do it.
Do the scale.
Do it. If you do it like this, and then we'll edit it.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so like here
We won't really.
is.
Go on.
Oh,
No,
right,
go on, we'll edit it.
Okay, well, yeah. And when I do this, it'd be like a rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a penis.
Or so So I mean, I just do this then.
Just keep going back and forth. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I didn't say your penis. It's
Okay.
no big.
Do my penis just be this. That'd be it. Yeah.
Done.
So we're starting here. I don't even know how the scale starts. It's just nothing.
So
this
the
is
balls.
This is the balls. And like lemon, right? This is a lemon at this end, and it's let's not do this.
See where we're going. No, come on. Let's see where we're going with this.
I guess we're going for the citrus scale.
Okay.
So let's have water here, lemon over here, right? Okay, so there's a scale of citrus acidity. So we're going to put Kim on that scale. Here's water.
Water being neutral, right?
Yeah, water being neutral, lemon being quite strong.
Yeah.
Flavour. You know, when you eat a lemon, it's really bitter.
So it's almost like the
Like
alkaline acidity
Yeah.
scale. So there's like almost a scale for that.
So it's like a
pH.
pH scale.
Yeah, there's almost like one for that. Almost.
So this is probably about what 5.5.
I don't know. It's Colby water. This could be. This could be ranging from anything.
2.1.
So that's straight from the toilet.
Alkaline. Yeah. Right. Okay. So water to lemon.
Call me a lemon.
Yeah. So I'm going to say Kim probably comes in. Actually, honestly, she's really strong. I think she comes in quite here. That song's down here. So I think there's quite a citrusy flavour to that wine. I think, in fact, if you were going to drink tequila, that could replace your lemon. It's a joke, by the way. Don't do that. It's too expensive.
I think you get the citrus with Kim as an aftertaste, though.
Yeah.
You get it as you're drinking it.
And don't get me wrong, it's not full in the face. It's not a problem. I like it. I like that.
I think you get it as an aftertaste, and I think I don't know.
That's nice.
I quite like the citrusy bit. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
I do too.
I don't want to be like, oh yeah, it's really citrusy. It's too much.
And I didn't mean that on the
it's
scale.
too much.
I didn't mean that on the scale. I just meant that has, and I could have just said, this has a little bit more of a citrus flavour to this one, and that would probably be the easy way of putting it.
But then we wouldn't have had this 20-minute footage.
Which, let's be honest, is the important thing in life. Is that's going to be on there unedited.
Yeah, and that's going to, make my life easier because I'm going to be sat here trying to edit for longer now.
And you're going to send me death threats, so thank you. We'll be the first. So okay, let's score this on out of 10.
Should we score this one out of 15 just to be weird? That
No.
would really throw people off.
No.
Nice.
Okay, so out of 10. Are we doing whole numbers?
Alright, you want to go into points, do you?
I think if we go into points, we only go to 0.5s, right? So that gives us a 20. No, not 20 points on the scale.
I disagree. I think if we go on points, we go all in.
Okay,
So we either go like 7.1 and all that nonsense, or
what if
we rein it back in and we go whole numbers.
you go 7.12945?
No, 1 decimal point.
1 decimal point. Okay, cool. So if we're going to do 1 decimal point, I'd say on this, I prefer this to Kim. I prefer this to the Marlborough, to Kim Crawford. But it's very close for me, and I was going to give it an 8.5.
An 8.5. Nice.
But,
Do you know if we are going
yeah, 8.5.
decimal? No, if we're going decimal now, though, I'm going to knock him down.
You knock it down.
Yeah, unfortunately. Not much, though.
Well, hang on, that's the
Not
problem.
much.
Hang on. How do we do that?
Easily. I
Because-
just tell you what it is now, and then that's it. It's changed.
Well, I kind of get that, because I'm sitting here thinking...
Because, right, let's put it this way, right? So let me explain. So I'm going to knock it down to 7.8,
Right.
which 7.8 is over the 5, clean well over the 5. So we've got that. It rounds up to an 8 if we do
Yeah,
whole
it would
numbers,
do.
which I was working
Yeah.
off full numbers.
And you give that an 8, aren't you?
I'm going to give that an 8.1.
Okay.
I'm giving that. So it's got that difference, but I mean, I know it's not massive,
Yeah, and we could have done 100 and just given a 78 and 81.
Yeah, but I don't like
It's not as
that.
fun, is it?
Nah.
No. Okay,
Because that's
so
the problem.
8.1.
They use the proper system. We use after 100 and that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that.
No, not.
We want to break the rules.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that's an interesting thing to say. We both agree that the Sancerre is a nicer wine.
Agreed.
Agreed. But don't for one thing think that there is anything wrong with that Marlborough, because that is a lovely glass.
Yeah, and I think as a newbie, you would prefer that over that. As a new wine drinker, I think I'd say 9 out of 10 new wine drinkers would prefer the Marlborough.
Yeah, I guess obviously it depends on your palate, but you're probably right. I think most people that come to wine probably come into the sweeter end at the spectrum, and that is sweeter than that, and it's a little bit lighter. So yeah.
Yeah, and let's not forget, a lot of people try wine when they're young as well.
Mm.
I mean, they might not start drinking wine regularly when they're young, but a lot of people will try it when they're young.
Mm.
You know, but people are curious, they give things a try, and I think if they were going to guide them to go and start somewhere,
yeah, I think that's good.
That would be a good place to start, I think.
Mm. Mm. But both lovely wines.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done, you too.
Yeah, well done, guys. Well done, Kim, and well done. Who's this? Domaine Sortier. Sortier?
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
I don't know. There's probably like unpronounced letters in there somewhere.
Yeah, no, probably. But nice wine. So something I guess to consider it would be not something to consider. Cut this because I mean, you won't use that because you're a dick. Let's start again. That retarded bit there.
What bit?
Well, I'm just gonna brain fart.
That's alright. The whole thing's been a brain fart. I've not been listening anyway. I've switched off into go.
Okay.
You started slagging me off. I switched off. I got upset. I was pressed. So.
Crying into wine.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, Sancerre. Interesting wine. Really nice. Sauvignon Blanc. Just off the Loire, River Loire in France.
In Cardiff.
In Cardiff.
Yeah.
So yeah, beautiful place actually. If you've been to Sancerre, you'll know that it's a beautiful place and some really nice place, part of the world to visit. So, and if you haven't been, it's somewhere I'd recommend to go. Yeah, and one day I think we might even be
take the show on the road, baby.
Take it on the road and maybe do an outside broadcast from Sancerre. So we'll see. But yeah, beautiful wine.
Get a reporter on.
Yeah, beautiful wine, beautiful place, really worth a visit. But interestingly, in Sancerre, the soil is very chalky and limestone as well. So I guess that probably leads to that kind of more subdued flavour that you're getting from it.
Yeah, I get that. That's probably has a lot to do with it, really. Yeah. Even probably more so than the climate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably. I mean, they do say the soil is really important. So,
absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely.
You do get in New Zealand. You get the rich because of the variation in weather that they get there.
Yeah.
You get that real rich fruit and stuff like that grows there. It's quite a tropical area, isn't it? So.
Yeah, I mean, and to be fair, they are quite similar climates, but I guess it's a little bit wetter, isn't it?
I would say so. Yeah, it's probably get a few more storms. It's probably wetter for a little longer, and they probably get slightly better weather in France.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it that tropical feel, that sort of more moisture, more humidity, I suppose, for longer. I suppose it kind of plays a role, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so beautiful wine though. That's Sancerre, definitely.
Yeah, two cracking wines really. I'm quite pleasantly surprised as a non-white drinker per se. I've enjoyed them both, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of both of these. And
that's good, isn't it? Because that just kind of leads us down the route of you're new to white or you're new to wine. You can drink these wines.
Yeah, I'm not spitting them in his face or throwing anything.
No.
Yeah, so it's all good. I'm just going to finish these off and then go and pee in my wardrobe.
That brings us to, I guess, probably the most important thing of starting to drink these wines.
Roger.
I know we've started, just, let's finish them. Should we go for this one next, or do you want to go? Oh, in fact, I think that's the wrong thing to do. We should probably stick this on set, shouldn't we?
I'm curious to go back now.
Well, we will go back. If we drink this on set now, we're still going back, aren't we?
Let's wrap this show up, shall we? Right.
Yeah.
So, 2 wines,
1,
2,
yeah.
1 fruity, 1 not so fruity.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful wine, the Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc, Kim Crawford. Beautiful, beautiful wine for a starter wine drinker, especially.
Lovely wine.
Really fruity, really easy to drink, but suitable for anybody, any palate, especially to cleanse your palate. I think I would like that to cleanse my palate after something.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Personal opinion, I suppose, but that's me. I quite like it. Now this bad boy a lot lighter, I think, a lot easier to drink. Still has that little punch of acidity, but not. It's not. It doesn't last for too long. Then it's still strong acidity. These always are. Yeah. But it doesn't last for as long as this one, which, like I say, I struggle with heartburn, so that's perfect. Real good wines. Really enjoyed them so far. Going to enjoy the rest of them after the show. What do you think, Matthew?
I'm going to have to agree with you a lot on that, Aaron. Thank you for handing over. But yeah, both lovely wines. Really nice. I guess if I'm going to pick a favourite, if you've seen the scoring, I would choose the Sancerre. It's a lovely wine, but don't let that take away from this one, which is also a great wine. So I think they both have their own benefits, which Aaron's already mentioned. So. They're the great wines, love them. So thank you everybody for tuning into our 3rd episode of Wine Pigs in Affinity Wine's new HQ. It's been great having you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Hopefully we'll have a bit more of a consistent setup from now on.
Absolutely, yeah.
We've got a legitimate headquarters to work from. The editing still needs work. What can you do?
Needs a lot of work.
We're drinking the wine, we're doing the work. What more can we do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until they bring out some magic editing app that's going to do it all for me.
Absolutely.
There's only so much time in a day.
There is. And obviously we'd rather spend most of it drinking wine, than editing.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Happy?
Cheers.
Peace out.